Episode 246 Staggered Stance is in the wherever you are, in the house, in the car, in the office,
on the screen,
in your house,
in the tablet.
Oh, Ben, for some reason yours always stays muted. Ben said if we're in a Lamborghini, let him know.
Yeah, I said if you're in a Lamborghini, let us know if you're listening.
Yeah. Whoever thinks they're in the most expensive car listening to a podcast, just comment and tell us.
Comment.
Do you think that person would actually comment?
No, but that's why it's just a contest. To
Tony Stark.
So
anyway,
I had
World Week.
I met up some. I met with. Here we go. A long day. Disc golf this last week, and I actually got in a PDGA event. Did not play well. I mean, one round not well. One round okay, but yeah, disc golf fans. Shout out to Evan, not Evan Kearns, another Evan, and then shout out to Dean. Dean, if you hear this, hopefully it's not just passing you by. We met, just short conversation, and he said, "Oh, I listen to you guys often. Often it's just background noise."
Nice.
He's like, sometimes I'll hear.
Listen.
Yeah, he goes, sometimes I'll hear what you guys say, think about it, and then like literally 10 minutes later, I won't remember a thing you guys said. And I'm like, good. We're serving our purpose. So anyway, shout out to those. It's always great to meet people and just talk and chat and play disc golf. The community is great. Also shout out to TitanDiscGolf.com. TitanDiscGolf.com. 35,000 disc, free shipping. Over $75. Exclusive stamps, competitive pricing. I always bring up the man, the myth, the legend, Matt Schlabach, because he's one of the owners of TitanDiscGolf.com. And when you see him abroad, he has the Meta glasses, the Meta Ray-Bans or whatever. So he can record what he sees, and he's been recording almost everything. And people don't know it, which is great. That's a whole nother conversation. But what I mean is like in a social setting of just like walking through the streets, it's not like creepy. It's great because people are just in their natural environment. And then like he's eating ice cream the other day and you see the scoop go right up to like the camera. It's kind of weird. You're like, I feel like it's me.
Yeah.
But anyways, stay tuned on that guy. He's giving you a real inside look to what it's like over there. And PDGA Worlds Prep, here we come. So TitanDiscGolf.com. Thank you so much for supporting us. Guys, go over there and buy discs at TitanDiscGolf.com to support them/us. What an awesome partnership we have there. We got Steve Dodge lined up tonight, and some of you are like, "Oh boy, here comes Steve Dodge. A good one." You either you love him or you like him, or you're curious which one it is, love or like.
You love or like. Is he competing in Worlds this year? Is that why he's on?
Yeah, no, he's got some. He always does. If you've been following disc golf for a while, even through Smashbox or anything else, you know Steve gets on a show. It's going to be an interesting one. So, over under on if he like not over under. Let's place bets. Is he going to be eating ice cream when he joins the show?
I'll be one of those pies, those table talk pies.
Okay. This is like a betting game. I bet you he cracks a polar seltzer.
Ooh, that is
polar
so
orange
smart.
dry.
Hold it up to the screen. Yeah.
So he's gonna jump on. He's got this big announcement
cream.
for the biggest introduction day to the MVP Open ever, and we won't spoil it, but we'll have him on, and then
we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there, and we'll talk about that. We're gonna do Pro Worlds preview show tonight. We've got some segments. We've got our pop drop lock picks. There's exciting stuff there. Yeah, there we go. I'll just put it over to the rest of the show to you guys, and we'll just go from there.
Awesome.
Let's do it. It's World Week.
Yeah, World Week. So
there's nothing better in disc
Matt
golf.
signing off.
See you guys later. It's been a long day.
Just go 3 up. Thanks for the intro. No, look, it's World Week, as Nick was just saying, and Ben. I mean, here we are, the 3 of us. It's definitely, we can actually talk about this, but it's the most hype week of disc golf, in my opinion. The biggest event, sometimes that can be debated on why we have a single event or how does it match up against USDGC, but I just think it's probably almost no question asked for most people. Pro Worlds is it. Look, I don't think Staggered Stance is going anywhere, but if we all decided to like sign off and be out, I would say we got to do one show a year. and it's got to be Pro Worlds.
World spread.
Yeah, I mean this is the one.
Yeah.
Our lives are sometimes busy, and the things take, it's kind of a swirl and a whirlwind. We just had a major a week and a half ago, but still, like, just starting to look at it, and yeah, so I'm psyched. I want to go over a little bit of like why it's such a big deal, kind of the history. We're not going to get a whole history lesson, I promise, but like I was just looking at some of this stuff for past Worlds, and I just think it actually underpins why it's such hype. But yeah, Nick, Matt, Ben, do you feel the same hype I'm expressing? Like, just in general, like, is this the event to kill all
Absolutely.
events?
1,000%.
This event,
And since it's in Europe, I mean,
yeah,
has this happened before? I think
No.
someone.
Never.
No. it
Okay,
has
yeah.
not. This
Yeah,
is it.
that's what I heard. I wasn't sure, so yeah, that's the coolest part.
Yeah.
there's
It's
been
happened in
conversation.
Canada one time, right?
Yeah, there's been conversations about this for a long time, but the conversations were always like, is it legitimate that it's Worlds when it's always held in the United States? Would it work anywhere else? All those conversations took place over all the, like, however many years of talking we've been doing. So it's happening. So I think it is hyped in a different way too. I think it probably feels, and we'd have to ask the players, I think it probably feels more big and exciting if they were to say, yes, both of those are the case compared to any other Worlds they've done. That would be my guess.
Yeah. And just from all the media about this year's Worlds, and when I say all the media, you've seen via the Disc Golf Network, some of the interviews, you've seen stuff coming out from the team over there in Finland, just pictures, the bleachers, the venue, the laid out there at the Beast, the holes. And we're familiar with these courses, right? The Beast has a long history. The Monster. How many times have we seen the Monster? I mean, we saw it in the European Open last year. Was that the first time we really got exposure to that course?
Yeah, but I think there's been other like Spin TV recordings of it maybe in the past, like in a more rough cut version of it.
Right.
Like this is obviously the most pristine we're ever going to see it. Last year was incredible. It was beautiful. That this will be the most pristine we ever see it, which is pretty awesome. Actually, that's a lie because eventually European Open's only going to be played there, right? So
Well,
guess
I
we're gonna see it
think
every
that's
single
to be
year.
determined. I think that's one of the possibilities. I don't know if we've
okay.
heard any confirmation.
I thought that the European Open is done, and that is going to replace with Estonia.
I think it's to be determined officially, but I think that's the conversation I've been hearing too.
So it's still up in the air.
Really?
Yeah, I think
This is
European
like
Festival.
UC's like swan song. It's like this is like Pro Worlds, go out on top. It's probably gonna be the most epic like event. Like we don't know how the competition will go down, but the event is probably gonna be like one of the best ever. Probably. That's my take at least. And I don't know officially, Nick, but I've heard similar things what Ben's saying. None of it verified from me at least, but we're getting video clips.
Steve
Yeah, it's a
Dodge,
little
that was
preview
good.
of Steve Dodge. I'm trying to work here on the backside. It's
That's all right.
live with Steve Dodge.
Live with Steve Dodge.
Yeah,
For,
so-
for listeners, we just had a video clip lay over my face, but just ignore that. So, all right. 5 rounds. It's the only event all year that's 5 rounds. I'm going to go back a little bit and talk about the history of that, but ignore the history for a moment. Does 5 rounds feel right to you all? Like, why is it longer? Is it because we're trying to average out truly the best of the best and separate this event from all the others? Is that why it's 5?
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think it has to be.
You answered your own question, Josh. Yes and yes to that. I mean, we used to see Worlds. Obviously, you're going to go into this, I'm sure, in a little bit, but we've seen Worlds be, 7.5 rounds or 8.5 rounds, whatever it was back in the day, which always kind of really separated either one player or the lead card from the rest of the field in general. But this is the event that, cream rises to the top. Right? Is that how you say it? Crop,
Cream rises
whatever?
to the crop of the top.
Yeah,
In the field of
something
strength.
like that. Yeah, in the field of strength, and I forget. Anyways, but yeah, this is the most intense week for professional disc golfers as spectators, of course, but then just as the athletes in general. This makes or breaks a career. This really solidifies you in the conversation of just incredible players to play the game.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, so here's some things. Like I said, I'm not going to bore everybody, but this to me is part of why it matters. There's not many events that have had this consistent byline that's called the World Championships. So is the World Championships older or younger than me? What's your guess? How long's it been running? Older or younger?
What
than
year
me?
were you
Older
born?
for sure.
Well, I'm not.
No,
I'm not saying yet. You just got to. Is it older or younger than me? And then
Older.
I'll
It's
tell you.
older by just a
Younger.
little.
Younger.
I am older than the Worlds.
Yeah, so Worlds is younger.
Yeah,
That's a
the
point for me.
very first Worlds was in 1982.
Hold on.
Oh, I thought it was
Hold on.
84.
We're gonna have to do special criteria because if you're saying the PDGA World Championships, because there have been disc golf World Championships that were not
Yeah,
PDGA.
I'm talking about PDGA.
Okay, the first winner of the ever World Disc Golf Championship was not a PDGA World Championship, so
right,
that's
I'm
why I
talking
said
about
yes.
All right. I'm talking about PDGA World Championship. So all of the stats I put from here on out are governed by that. And I am happy to be fact checked because I may get something wrong. But 1982 in LA, Harold Duvall won the first PDGA World Championship. So a name we recognize. The second Pro Worlds contended was in Huntsville. Is that how you say it? Huntsville, Alabama, 1983. And that was the first FPO World Championship. So 1982, only MPO. 1983 and on, MPO, FPO. So we get 42 Pro Worlds contended, 41 FPO, 83 total championships awarded. Listen to this, but that's only across 39 players. So 83 championships have been given out, but 39 of them have been selfish. And of course, those are because of our multi-time winners, which you'll know. This event is most often hosted in late July or August. So this is pretty common timing, right? Smack in the middle of the year. I know sometimes there's discussion. 2 times it's been offered as early as June. Do any of you remember? Like it's in our like collective
2021
lifetime.
was June.
That's right. In Utah.
Yeah, in Utah,
Anybody remember
Oregon.
the other one?
I was
PDO.
there.
No.
No, that was July, I think.
Dang it.
Smugs is in New England in September-ish, late August.
Yeah.
Another
it was
June
still
one.
August. So it was.
What
I'll
is
just-
the
I don't know.
latest
Maybe
Worlds? Was it
maybe
Smugs?
Portland, like
I'll
2014.
tell you the latest Worlds in a moment. No, it was Georgia.
Oh,
20-
yes,
2017.
2017. Yeah, true.
Yep.
You're right.
Yep. So those are the 2 June, at least as far as I looked. So the latest, Ben, was all the way in October. Can you imagine a Worlds? I mean, obviously we have USDGC, but this was in 1990. So Ben, were you born yet? That's what I want to know.
I don't think so.
I wasn't.
I actually didn't write down the. So October of 1990. It was in Arizona. So Worlds
makes
was
sense.
8 years old at that point.
It makes sense. To be
All right, some other things. So I did not rationalize this for unique names, but if you just add up total competitors, I found this interesting. So over 42 events, you've had 6,778 competitors play in Pro Worlds, MPO. In FPO, you've had 1,300, a nice even number. So significantly less. And we've obviously talked about in our sport the growth of FPO relative to MPO and kind of the history, but like that is like, pretty substantial different. In MPO, there are 7 multi-time world champs. All right, so we'll go over the names in a minute. But there's 7 multi-time world champs in FPO. In FPO, you've got 10. In both of these divisions this year, 3 of those are competing again. Okay, so like I'm going to give you an obvious example. In MPO, Paul Macbeth is a multi-time world championship, and he's
Ricky and
competing
Isaac.
to win another. Right, so who are the others?
Ricky, Isaac
Yeah,
are the
so
2
Rick-
others competing this year in the World
Doss.
Championships. But then you have Doss, Climo, Barry.
Yeah, but Doss, Climo, and Barry are not competing.
Not
this year.
competing. Not competing
Oh.
at this one. So
I'm
Ricky-
saying
Ricky,
who
Ricky
is
and Isaac.
currently, who's currently a world
Yeah.
champ, multi-time already, and they're trying to pile on, right?
Yeah.
Three or more.
Yeah, Ricky,
Yeah, you
Paul, and
already said
Isaac.
it. Yeah, Ricky, Paul, and Isaac. Okay, so there's 2 more competing who have won once, so they could become multi-time.
Conrad.
Yeah, and
James Conner, Greg Barsby.
that's it exactly.
Oh,
So in
sneaky.
FPO,
Forgot
I
about
want to
that.
see if you can nail the same. So there's 3 in the field who are multi-time champs currently, and they're competing again.
Kristen,
Katrina.
Paige, Katrina.
Kristen, yes, Paige, Katrina.
Paige Pierce.
Yeah, and there are 2, just like in MPO, that are one time they're playing trying to win 2 times.
Salonen.
Yeah,
Sarah Hokum.
Evelina and Sarah
And-
Hokum. Yeah,
Yeah,
nailed
and
it.
Evelina.
All right, nice work. All right, so we talked about this is the first time we've seen it in Europe. There's been a lot of different like states that it's been held in. 5 states have hosted the event 3 times. We did see it in Canada early on. Now Finland. I think we're stoked about that. Obviously, it's going to be, we talked about this with the other major. Weird is not the right word. I actually think I enjoy it, but weird with the time zone change, right? Because so many of these events in the last like decade have been like Central or Eastern, right? Like kind of like where we're from. But we'll be watching this from Finland. Psyched about that. 44 countries. This is just off of my cursory review. Again, Statmando would have to check all this, but are represented in 2025 Worlds. That's
awesome.
a lot. 44 countries. That's almost 1/4 of the countries in the world, by the way. So that's pretty cool.
Dang.
I mean, so this is some of these things, by the way, the history of this event, and I'm going to still go over a few more things, but this is why this event is unique and stands out. There's no other event, maybe notwithstanding USDGC, that has the history, which means it's the prestige. Other majors, right, have gone through different iterations and have cycled in, cycled out, and eventually we would love stability across all of them, but there's something about Pro Worlds that just kind of standing the test of time. So I found this interesting. A little over $250,000 has been given out to winners of MPO for Worlds total. So just go back and just pick the winner, add it up, but it really accelerated in the last 2 years.
Yeah, how many worlds have there been?
42 total events.
Sorry, because I've been doing a lot on this back end, but I just want to do quick math. That's averaging just under $6,000 a winner. Or wait,
Yeah,
that's full payout. Never mind. That's $6,000
Yeah,
per MPO.
no, that's for the winners.
Oh, it
so
is.
it's for $267,000.
So it averaged $6,000 since the beginning, if you were to break it out that way.
Yeah, and Isaac got 30,000 the last 2 years.
So, yeah, really.
No, 30,000 each. He's got
Yeah.
60,000
Yeah.
the last 2 years. But listen to this: if you take the entire math, which is kind of a funny way to do it, but like over 42 events, that's $39.46 per player. If you do the same math in FPO, because by the way, their total payout's 113 grand. Their average is 87, so more than double. What I mean by that is FPO has come in late in the game, and we've seen a lot of accelerated growth and a lot of drive to balance that. And there's still probably differing opinions on how well it's balanced. But relative to, the 42-year history of Worlds, FPO has been, the winners have been getting more, at least if you compare it to the same scale. Not more than the men by any means, but the average stroke margin of victory over the last 10 years in FPO is 4.4. So what's interesting, I feel like events nowadays are very close, but Pro Worlds historically has not been very close. In fact, Tatar, you know what? The last two Worlds, the Worlds that she won them by 8 strokes each. So it's going to be really interesting. I don't know if any of us feel like that's the way it's going to go down this year. We can talk about it when we get our picks. MPO, a little bit closer, averages 3.2. But Macbeth, in the last 10 years, won by 9 strokes in 2015. Feels like it was a different era altogether. We're talking about a decade ago. But Wysocki won with 8 strokes in 2017 down there in Georgia. So there's always a chance for some runaway, but it doesn't feel like that anymore, does it? In 2025, 2 strokes, 3 strokes, and even if it's a 3-stroke victory, you feel like that's because somebody was chasing on the last hole, right? It's so ridiculously close. We'll see how it plays out. All right, almost done running through some of these stats. 5 MPO events have went to playoffs in the whole history. So there's been 5 MPO. 3 of them included Macbeth. Mm-hmm. So that's crazy. He's been in a lot of close Worlds and some not so close Worlds. Yeah. But look, no FPO playoffs ever. At least the stats
that's kind of wild.
At.
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
Fact check me, everybody.
What would be interesting? You mentioned, how many playoffs and then how many Macbeth has been in. This would be a tough stat to do because it's kind of it's kind of subjective. But what are the players who have had the most opportunity to win, in contention, if you will? So Gannon's saying, in his interviews this week, and we'll talk more about all this stuff, but just give me a chance. So meaning contention, right? I want to be in contention coming down the stretch. So I guess you could do it, but you'd have to go back and look and see. But I'm curious, would it be Macbeth?
Check this out. Check this out. So this is not exactly what you're asking because obviously there's some discretion on what's in contention.
Right.
But Matt, I actually totaled the top players if you count first and second place finishes.
Right. Well, we know Paul did it for 15 years in a row.
Well, here's the thing. If you do that, if you take first and seconds, Climo has 14 and Macbeth has 10.
Okay.
Then, just really quick, Doss and Wysocki have 5. They each only have actually won 2 times, by the way, right? But that means they would
Doss
finish
is
in
3
seventh.
times.
Yes, thank you. So, but 5 total if you count first and second. Barry Schultz has 4. Josh Anthon has 4. 4 second places, runner up. And then Dave Feldberg has 3. So, Matt, I thought that was interesting. And FPO quickly, because I know we don't need to like drain this, but Elaine King, 10. I think she only has 5 worlds, but if you add first and second, 10. Then you have Paige Pierce, Des Redding at 9, Valerie Doss Jenkins at 8, Juliana. And then you see some names like Annie Kreml, who's a name you might know, but didn't win a Worlds, but was runner-up multiple times. Katrina Allen, runner-up before. And then it's interesting, you get to like Kristen Tatar, who's on the list with 2, but she's never been a runner-up. She either wins or doesn't. Who was the runner-up last year?
Lott does.
Yes, that's true. That's right, because I was looking at the stats, which were listed as, under a different name under those legacy events. You remember who the runner-up in FPO was last year? Evelina won.
Silva?
Anybody remember? No, I don't think so.
Oh, wait, at Worlds.
Yes, Pro Worlds.
Where was Worlds? I'm brain freezing.
Lynchburg.
Holland. I don't know.
Thank you. No, I don't know.
I totally forgot.
Cat Merch.
Yes.
No kidding.
I can remember
Sneaky.
that.
Didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
what do you think? Anyway. All right, look, very close to being done. Last time we did not see a 5-round Worlds was actually in 2017, the one Ricky won. Do you remember that was a 4-round event? I think we were trying to we collectively, our sport was trying to figure itself out. Because go back just a few more years before that, it was like a 10-round event. Not a few, that's an exception, but like 15 years before that or something, it was like a 10-round event. And then we kind of like messed around with 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and now it seems like we've settled on 5. I think I feel pretty good about that. I could go with like 6 or something, but 5 sounds great to me. Anyway, I'm going to pause there because we're probably going to move on. We're going to come back and talk a lot more about Worlds, but here was my main point for going through some of that. Like, listen to the history of this. And by the way, getting your name on here, even one-time champs, I think it's life-changing. It adds something to your legacy. Ask players like Eric McCabe, 2010, coming out on top, right? Like, made his career. I mean, he earned it in so many other ways. He's done more things, clearly, right? But, like, he's a world champ. Greg Barsby, playing forever. But he's a world champ.
Yeah, they're probably glad they won,
the
right? Because you can't take away the title. But if I'm getting like really specific, they probably wish they won later because disc golf was so much more impactful to your career. Although I'm sure it impacted them back then, it was different. It was here's 1,000 discs, continue touring, and maybe that's way back. But anyways,
well, we can debate it more. But anyway,
let's talk more world stuff.
Teaser about we will. But just a teaser about look, this event matters. We're gonna come back and tell you why we like this course and who's gonna win and all that stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a lot more Worlds takes, picks, hot takes, and hot picks, hot pockets. Speaking of hot pockets, like we kind of thought maybe Steve would have a table talk pie pocket. But let's see. We place bets on different things here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring in Steve. Welcome to the show, Steve. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Hello, everybody. Josh, thank you very much for all of those details. That was really fun to listen to.
Yeah. I went and checked to see if you ever played any Pro Worlds, but I think the answer is no, Steve.
I was going to ask him that.
Not at all. I actually, when I was good, I didn't like the PDGA, and so I won an AM event, and I was told I needed to go pro, and so I quit disc golf, competitive disc golf, for about a dozen years.
I can see that. Yeah. Everybody, guess Steve's first event. Is it older or younger than I am? His first PDGA. I'm be very clear. First amateur PDGA.
Caveman Classic.
Yeah. If we can trust that Mando, it was in 1988, Steve. In Maryland.
It was either 87. Well, my first PDGA event would have
That's
been
what
88.
I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, first PDGA
Absolutely.
event, Maryland, MA2, came in 8th place. Nice job.
That sounds like a great start to a very bad career.
Yeah.
And I think it was 14 years ago I played my first Worlds, but not Pro Worlds. So, all right.
Very cool.
and that's part of the reason I wanted to come on here, was I've done a lot of research in disc golf, and I wanted to talk with you guys about Pro Worlds. And the reason is because when Pro Worlds comes to your neck of the woods, in my past research, this was probably a decade ago, you had a clear advantage because it was in your neck of the woods. You get to sleep in your bed. You know the courses. You don't have to travel that far, and all your family and friends are there. You have a built-in support. And so I did a bunch of research to prove that point. And Matt, I don't know if you want to, if you're able, but just like last time, I did create a presentation. I feel like that was probably the singular greatest thing Staggered Stance has done ever, was my presentation. Here we go. Look at this.
Does that work? You're going to have to command me to advance.
Okay, so Better at Home is the title of this. And the first thing that I did was put together a chart, a scatter chart of, let's go ahead and go forward one page. And on this chart, all these little dots are showing, there's one big line going up and down. To the left of that is people who did worse. To the right of that is people who did better than their rating. And then the distance up and down, the y-axis, at the bottom is how close you are to your home. And at the top is how far away you are from your home. And this is the last 7 Pro Worlds. And I did this study about 10 years ago, and I swear it was really different. And now these guys are pros. And this is just MPO, I will admit. This, in my opinion, this didn't really apply to FPO because so many of the top players on the FPO side are women. So I didn't do the women. But you look at that side, that chart, and I was trying to fit a line to it, and there is none. That is just a random scatter shot of points. And
yeah, for our audio listeners, it looks like a shotgun pattern.
100%. And so I said, let's look at the guys who are ranked 16 to 30th, because 1 to 15, like those guys, they're on the road all the time. They know exactly what they're doing. Matt, I'd love to go to the second chart. This is basically the exact same chart, just with less data. The guys that are 16 to 30, exact same thing, just a smaller shotgun. There is basically no difference between whether you're playing at home and whether you're playing 2,000 miles from home. And it shocked me. It shouldn't have shocked me because disc golf is a professional sport at this point. But it shocked me how much these players have improved on the road over the past decade. I want to go one more slide here, Matt. Now, I went ahead and did rookie seasons over the last 7 years. And this chart does have a tendency, as you get better, as you get closer to home, which is lower on the y-axis, you do tend to do better, which is farther right on the x-axis. And so you can see that with rookies. Your first year on the road, you do better at home. And I actually didn't do a study on your second, third, and fourth, but I'm assuming over the next 2 to 3 years, that difference just kind of goes away and you become just a good player no matter where you go. So I had, in my opinion, I thought I was going to have a really good insight. And the insight that I thought I was going to give you is different than what I am going to give you. So the insight I thought I was going to give was, I think a European is going to win Worlds this year on MPO and FPO because there's such an inherent advantage to playing near your home. It turns out I am not going to say that just based on the data. I'm willing to be wrong. It happens all the time. If you let me talk long enough, I'll mention lots of things that I've done wrong. But in this case, go to the next slide. I have 4 predictions for you guys.
Oh boy.
I can't even read these. Let's see how we can
Everybody
do it.
else can. I got to boost yours up in a minute, but can you
actually,
read it or not?
I can read these, actually.
Okay.
So in the top 10, I believe there will be 3 European players. And the reason for that is because a lot of the European players have not gone on the road, but they are European players. This event is in Europe. I believe there will be 3 European players in the top 10 at the end of Pro Worlds. This is on the MPO side. On the FPO side, there will probably be 5. 2, I believe each day in the top 10, 2 of the hot rounds will be from European players. And I believe there on some day, I'm going to say probably one of the first 3 days, there will be a European not named Niklas on the lead card. And that's Niklas could be on the lead card as well, but there will be an additional European player. And I'm looking at you, Danielle Davidson, that will be on the lead card. And then lastly, the winner of Pro Worlds on the MPO side will be an American. That is my predictions for you all.
Those are good. Those are good. We're going to bring ours. We're glad you brought yours. Anything else on that presentation that I should advance for, or are we good with that?
Nope.
Okay.
That is the end. I'd love to know if you guys think I'm full of bunk or if you guys refute the data.
The Niklas point, I think that's a bold prediction. I think I think a person not named Niklas other than Niklas Antila, I think you have something there. I think that's a great prediction.
Well, 43% of the field is from the U.S. and 20% of the field is from Finland alone. So I think it's certainly possible. I think your predictions can work.
It's interesting. If somebody said, 40% of the people are coming, there's a group that's 40%, and they're going to be more than 70% of the top 10. Like, that seems crazy, but we all know that the Americans have some depth.
Yep. Yeah. No, it'll be interesting. I mean, we make our picks, which we'll do later in the show. What's fun about our picks is we're going to pick a winner, but then we also pick who will like play better than their average. And that's where, Steve, some of those stats are interesting to your point. It's like, because whenever you're trying to figure out who's going to play better than their average, you literally have to say, what about this event is different? Yeah. I mean, maybe they get lucky and they play well, but usually you're like, is this a favorite course? Are they on a trend or a trajectory, or is there some other variable? So like, I think, you're giving us 1 or 2 things to think about. It's not too late for you to change your pick, Ben. You can do it.
I think there will be some new European names that people did not know right now. And in a week, they will know those names.
Well, who was it? So now I'm putting ourselves on the spot. In FPO at the major 2 weekends ago, after the first round, there was a brand new player literally in the solo lead that I personally had never heard the name before. Where was she from? Latvia or something like that? I'm embarrassing myself by bringing it up and not remembering. But Steve, exactly. I think the competition continues to level up, and some of these players are not traveling on the tour, but when World shows up, they're going to be there, and we're going to say, where'd they come from? Right. And they're going to say, well, I've been grinding for 3 years, and we just don't know about it. But this is their chance to pop off. So I don't know. I think that's exciting.
100%. And if you guys would be willing, there's about 8 more slides on that thing that don't have anything to do with Worlds. And I just figured while I'm here, I might as well give you a little extra insight into the MVP Open by OTB and our kickoff party.
Yeah,
if you're willing.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
We haven't broken any news here on our side either of our involvement. So however you'd like to do that, we will.
Well, let's not say anything just yet, because we'll say something in about 8 minutes.
Okay, perfect. All right, we'll put it back up.
Very exciting.
I thought Steve was asking, when Steve was saying these have nothing to do, I thought you were saying these have nothing to do with anything. They're just like family, like photos. And I'm like, I'm sure we can do that if you want.
As a matter of fact, we did just close Maple Hill 2 or 3 days ago for my daughter's wedding. So that we probably have hundreds, maybe thousands of photos to show you of the wedding if people, if you want.
Maybe we'll do that as an off season. We'll see.
I'm just imagining.
But congrats,
though. Go. Yeah, congrats. That looked fantastic.
It would be interesting watching the viewership curve in this situation like that.
It would stay up for a little bit and just slowly over time.
Wait, you know how you can, like, when you go to scrub YouTube, sometimes they show you like the most popular replayed pieces? We'll just see where that trend line goes.
All right, getting back to it. I'm going to throw it up, Steve, and not throw up. I'm going to throw it up. Here you go.
Yep. Okay, so I wanted to talk real quick about MVP Open tickets and talk about things that I have done wrong in the past. So last year we were watching ticket sales and I said, hey, we sold out of 4-day tickets. I think we can sell a lot more 4-day tickets. It turns out I was very wrong, and we put way too many 4-day tickets out there. Not only that, we put way too many 4-day parking tickets out there. So all of this plays into that. On Thursday, starting today, we literally opened these tickets today. You can get 2 Thursday white tickets plus free parking for $30. So if you want to come to the MVP Open by OTB on Thursday, you can come and sit with the 8 holes and park for free. And it's a date night basically. That's something exciting that we're doing.
$30. Wait,
$30
on-site parking.
On-site parking and 2 white tickets. And if you already have 2 white tickets, let us know. We will give you free parking.
Wow.
Because there were probably about 20, 25 people that bought white tickets. I don't know how many of them bought 2 white tickets, but if you did, let us know. You've got free on-site parking.
Well, that sounds great. I mean, that to me, that's hard to argue any way other than that sounds like fun.
100%.
$30, so that's $15, but you don't pay for parking, even if you averaged it all out. I mean, that's fair.
Yes, I would like to think it's fair if we didn't offer free parking.
It's a great deal is how I should put it. More than fair is the saying.
There you go. It's a deal at half the price. And then there were 2 other things there, I think. Oh, we now have diamond and blue tickets available for Saturday and Sunday. Those were sold out. Because we have less 4-day tickets now, so I opened up other things. And we also have opened up some on-site 1-day parking. And so all of those things fell out of us having less 4-day tickets.
So the parking, did you add more parking?
We have added probably between 100 and 150 spots. We've been working very diligently. I've gotten 7 loads of material, and the excavator has been out there, and what's the pusher one called?
The dozer.
The dozer, yeah. I call them the pusher and the digger, but
Sure.
Excavator and the bulldozer have been going. We've knocked down a few trees, not as many trees as last year, but we didn't need to. We just needed to level it out.
Wow.
So,
to hear 100 to 150 spots that's actually very significant, considering Maple Hill.
It really is, and 2 good things came of that. Last year, we had the players off site last year, and we really wanted to bring them back on site for parking. So we worked hard and created a new lot, basically just for the players, and that's about 70 of the spots, and then we've got about 80 more spots for spectators.
All right, here's your next
the
slide.
Players will like that.
All right, course. Oh, I wanted to talk about course changes. Hold 10 gold, 17 gold, 9 diamond, and then a new finish for the women.
Okay.
And I think maybe the next page has 10 and 17 pictured on it.
Ooh.
So hole 10, we made this hole. This was like, I played like a 500-foot hole. It was a monster. It's the one on the left there. Yeah. And now it's probably going to pay about 400. But you have to hit a gap. So I'm really, really excited to see more birdies on this hole, as well as more bogeys. Because if you hit one of those guardian trees hard, you are in a lot of trouble, or you could be in a lot of trouble.
Oops. We're stuck
that's
now,
very
Steve.
exciting. Where are we going, Matt?
We're stuck now. It's only going up.
And then we all know those changes on hole 17 gold. That hole is just 100 feet longer. It now takes a monster shot just to get out of the gap. At the Cosmic Open, we were seeing an average of about 5.5 on that par 4. So hole 17 now has some teeth. So if you're 3 down with 2 to go at the MVP Open by OTB, you don't have it in the bag just yet. And that was the goal.
It became probably one of the easier, I don't have the stats from me, one of the easier birdie holes to now a great birdie hole, right? Like as in like
100%.
Yeah, as in like maybe not bonus, but pretty close.
100%. I think if you get that birdie, I mean, some players will get it, but most players will not. So yeah. bonus birdie in the Venn diagram, it's in the bonus birdie area. And then the women, we're getting a new hole 9T, which is going to be comparable to the men's hole 9T, but maybe about 150 feet shorter. Gage's placement, I don't have a picture yet because Gage hasn't put it in. And then the women are going to finish. It's going to be pretty exciting. On hole 17 diamond, it's normally a par 4. We're making that a par 3 on the first 2 days. And then on the first 2 days, they're going to be playing gold 18 as a 5. And what that's going to do is it goes 3-5 instead of 4-4. So the par stays the same, but we get to watch the women do a couple of different challenges to finish out their round on the diamond course.
It doesn't involve inflatable targets, right?
I have the inflatable target in a future slide, but we are not putting it on hole 18.
I'll wait till that slide then, because I've got some fun ideas. All right, what do we got next? Do you want me to cut to it?
All right, next, I just want to touch on one new event that we're going to be doing. There's so many events going on all of the time. Go to themvpopen.com and click schedule or activities. There's just so much going on, but Ditto Flight, which Simon Lizotte made a YouTube video with Aaron about, is going to be Globot. And on Friday night, on Saturday night, you're going to have the opportunity to buy one of these glow discs and then program in how to throw it. And there's going to be 4 different challenges with 4 different discs, and whoever gets the CTP wins a Globot disc that's signed by Simon and Aaron. Aaron is the guy that made the Ditto Flight, and I'm just super excited because he's going to do like a sample throw and say, here's all of the numbers. And then it's just like Angry Birds. You're going to have to program in your numbers, and then you give them to Aaron with your disc, and then he types them in, and your disc just launches. Well, and it's gonna be at night. It'll be all lit up. It's going to be very, very fun.
It almost feels like Disc Golf Valley in a way, where you could just like it's mechanical computerized. And I just had this idea, Steve. What if we got 18 of these Ditto bots? We set them on the course. I guess it wouldn't work out correctly, but we set him on the course and people could play from home. I mean, he's got to make that remote function.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Right? I think it could work.
People can buy we should do this every single night. You over the month before the tournament, you buy the Globot disc, but you don't get it until after the tournament, and you get to watch your disc get launched. Yeah.
Sure.
That's funny.
So that's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, people should be pretty familiar with that. Obviously, Simon gets a lot of views. You've probably seen it before.
Yeah. So we're making Friday night and Saturday night both very special. We are making Thursday night. Wait, let me check. Oh, I can't look at my phone right now. But we're making Thursday night very special. I haven't got 100% confirmation, so I don't want to announce it yet. But Thursday night's going to be pretty special too.
What about sing-alongs?
Saturday night after the Globot, everybody's going to go upstairs in the Sap House, and the women of New England, the Northeast women of disc golf, have basically built a brand of karaoke, and where they go, everybody sings. And it's super fun. Have all of you guys done this already?
I have not sung. I haven't been a part of it. I don't know. Ben
It
probably
started at the expo this past year.
That's right.
Disc East. So I was there. I sang. I actually kicked it off. I feel now that I know they do it often, I feel like I did something historical. I kicked it off.
It's
as in, like I sang. I was the first singer in their karaoke.
Oh,
At the East Coast Metal Roofing Disc Golf Day at Polar Park, an MVP Open by OTB kickoff party, I'm actually trying to see. There we go. I'm trying to see if they will run a disc golf idol in there. The new DG is going to have the Hanover deck, and you'll be able to putt with pros and talk, and like I don't know all the pros that are going to be up there, but you'll be able to go there, putt with pros. But I got them an extra booth, and I want to have them let people go up there and sing, and then the best person each hour gets to sing over the public address.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Are we not entertained with these updates? Number one, and will we not be entertained with the actual performances? This is epic.
It is gonna. Julie she never replied to that text from me. I don't know why, but if you're listening, go ahead and type in yes, we're gonna do that, and then the guy's gonna announce.
Good morning, Julie. By the way, I'm sure it's a good morning. But maybe not. Maybe it's an afternoon. All right. So you mentioned this. Let's pull it up again. Polar Park.
Yeah.
We had a bet. Maybe you'd be sipping a can of Polar seltzer. Am I wrong?
Man, I am not that smart. My daughter really likes Hint, and we got a 12 pack. So
womp. No points for me. But it wasn't ice cream either. It was Hint, guys. It was Hint.
We are watching a movie in 13 minutes, and so I'm gonna have saved my ice cream for that.
All right, cool. All right, so tickets are on sale for the East Coast Metal Roofing Disc Golf Day at Polar Park. Polar Park, for those who aren't super familiar, and Steve, I'll let you kind of talk about what's going to happen there. Is this AAA? Is that AAA? Or is it
it's the highest level of minor league baseball, I believe.
The Red Sox,
AAA. It's
the
AAA.
Red Sox farm team. So you will sometimes see MLB pitchers here rehabbing or warming up or using this. This is a brand new as in how old? 5 years old. It's or I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. I don't even think it's 5 years old.
It's a very new facility in downtown Worcester, and it is so fun and amazing. It's an awesome venue. So Steve, what's going to happen there?
I actually learned a fun little stat about Polar Park. It is the #1 minor league baseball stadium in the country.
Well, there you go.
It's kind of by far too, isn't it?
I don't know the answer. Yeah. I mean, number one is number one as far as I'm concerned.
Ticket sales. I think it nearly sells out forever. So it's amazing.
They do have good ticket sales, and you should go. Everybody should go to watch a game. But it's actually based off of ratings, similar to the UDisc ratings. People go and love it, and then writers, the people that write, sports writers, go and talk about the stadiums, and they actually vote on it. And so it's like a real thing. Yeah.
So this came together where you're going to host an event. It kicks off, if you will, in so many words, I guess, the MVP Open.
Yes, by OTB.
Tell us about this.
Give me a slide, because I'm going to forget a lot of stuff.
Next slide.
We're going to run right through a whole bunch of things. So when you come to this, there are going to be things to do, things to watch, people to interact with. I just remembered that I didn't even put up the MVP Open disc drops on any of these slides. MVP Open is going to drop at least 2 discs, one of which is going to be a new Simon line disc. And it could be, I'm not even going to say what it is. So we have a par 2 tiki course that's put on by Cosmic Disc Golf just around the concourse. We have the Tech Disc Jumbotron CTP. So you can come and play your par 2 tiki, which is, everybody just loves doing that in a stadium. It's just super fun. And then, and actually, Matt, I sent you a video of me acing hole 2, but that's separate.
You want me to show that?
If you can.
I'm gonna try. Oh, hold on. We're gonna make.
And
this
then,
work.
So you guys all know Tech. There you go, Ben. Ben with the Cosmic, and you got the Cosmic Ace, Ben. Congrats.
Thank you.
Here we go.
So did you, Cosmic Ace.
There you go, Steve. It's on repeat. So you're just throwing it in over and over. It's amazing. So. That looks awesome.
That's hole 2 at the stadium. If you don't get a 1 on that, you're losing strokes to me.
Well, yeah, okay.
And then, I have no idea where but the Tech Disc. This is so exciting. I was talking with Michael over at Tech Disc, and I said, you can project onto a TV what you do, right? And he's like, yeah, of course. So you throw the disc into the net, and it projects on the TV how you do on a hole. And I said, could we project that TV onto the Jumbotron? And he said, I guess. And so we had some communication, and it's all set up. You're going to throw the disc into a net, and the disc is going to fly on the Jumbotron.
Awesome. And are we going to have hole 8 up there, Maple Hill, or what are we going to do?
They're going to be similar to if Disc Golf Idol happens, the tech disc will be similar. There will be a different hole every hour. And if you get the closest to the pin in an hour, then you will win a tech disc, which is like a $300 prize.
Yeah. We love tech
so
discs.
So that is happening, and the tech disc will be on the Jumbotron all day, and I'm really excited. There will be 5 or 6 different holes depending how it goes. And then Disco Tech, the putting game, it's like an arcade game that Anthony Barella just destroyed, seeing him just go 500, 500, 500. Those guys will be there. Putting Arena is coming, and they're going to set it's Greg Hill. He sets up all sorts of crazy putting obstacles. And those guys are going to be there. So in addition to the Par 2 Tiki, in addition to the tech disc, and then we got AccuDistance. Oh my gosh, look at that. There's the inflatable you were talking about, Matt.
I have a video I could try. Let's see.
Oh, Gage throwing through there.
Yeah, I've got a lot of windows open. Let me see if I can get this one pulled up. Here we go.
Okay, let's see it. Come on, Gage, you can do it.
Okay, hold on, restart it. There we go.
Okay. Kapow. Oh, he goes through the bottom
gap. He hits the low one. I don't have audio playing now, but I think Steve says something like, try the high one.
Try the high one. And I think he hits off the right post.
And it makes a funny boing sound. Yeah.
That thing sounds so funny when you hit it. And then he goes right through it. But the trick is there's going to be 2 tees, a left tee and a right tee, and there'll be 2 or 3 baskets. I think for the day there's going to be 2, but then for the competition, the showcase event at night, there'll be more than that. But there'll be 2 tees and 2 baskets. So you have to throw through that top gap and then curve left, and then through the top gap and then go straight. And then from the right tee, you go through and go straight, and then through and go right. And you get points based on how close you are. And whoever gets the most points, the top 2 players that get the most points, will compete in the showcase with, not against, but with James Proctor and Simon Lizotte.
Awesome.
Sick.
But for our audio listeners only, this probably is even more of an outlier. I was going to say, you ever watch drone racing? These are, I don't know if that's what this was ever made for, Steve, what this was made for, but in drone racing, they have these pylons like that, which the drones have to fly through.
Okay. There is one thing that this inflatable was made for, and that is AccuDistance at Polar Park.
Well, that's awesome. So here was my idea for this, Steve. Originally. And you know, wild ideas. People are like, you know how much that would cost? And I don't care right now. It's just how fun it would be. What if we put these all over every hole at Maple Hill for a fun tournament day, not saying forever, and you didn't have to go through it, but if you did, you got like half a stroke off or a stroke off, like on your way to the hole. It would be really
obviously love that idea.
It would be super fun. I mean, I'm trying to imagine some of my favorite holes, but like any of them. Hole 13 downhill, put that right at the opening. If you go through it, you can get an ace by just getting a tap in birdie, something like that. Super cool.
If you lose a stroke for going through that gap, you could actually ace that hole.
That's what I'm saying. By dropping, drop in 2 ace.
Right. Perfect.
Hole 14, I don't know where you'd stick it, up close to the tee pad or down near the basket, but probably, I don't know. Somewhere.
I will message my manufacturer and say, what's a bulk discount look like on these things?
You would fill a tournament.
Right now, the people need to know.
Yeah, that's right. There's only one in existence right now, and it was a pretty penny. Oh, my goodness. And then right as it's being delivered, the day it's being delivered, they say, hey, this is ready to be delivered, but if you don't pay the tariff, we're sending it back. And I was like, oh, my God.
Oh, everyone knows what tariffs are. Okay, so then we go from that to more Disc Golf Golf Pro Tour press conference.
In addition to doing all sorts of stuff and singing and putting with the pros with the new DG ladies, there's also going to be the Pro Tour press conference there. I'm really happy to be working super tight with the Pro Tour on this. There's going to be a stage up there when you go in, and just on the right, it doesn't matter where it is, it's up to the right. But there will be a stage, and that's going to be the same place that the players are doing the Fly Mart. And so from 1 to 3, there will be a press conference. Actually, the way it works is 12:30, MVP drops their first disc. 1 to 3 is the Pro Tour press conference. 3:30, MVP drops their second disc. And from 4 to 5 or 5:30 is the Staggered Stance preview show for the MVP Open.
There it is.
So,
there it is. That's the announcement.
Boom.
That's us.
So Staggered Stance we've done this for an expo. We've been invited, and I hate to say we turned it down, but we've been invited to do this at USDGC. Steve, you're the first event that we've actually said yes to. And so we're happy to do it. And we're going to be at Polar Park. We will be looking out over the field. The live audience will be enjoying, hopefully, the wonderful weather that will be in this time of year and listening to disc golf. Our plan is to bring up a handful of relevant participants, whether they're players or involved with the event or manufacturers. We're going to be talking and analyzing what we think will be happening at the MVP Open. It's going to be epic. We hope everyone comes out for that. All you got to do is get a ticket to disc golf day at Polar Park. So
$10 gets you in, and you get to watch the press conference. You get to watch. So you're going to have a live studio audience.
yes.
Are you going to take questions from the audience?
We often
Why would we
poll
not?
we often poll the audience live, and every now and then we'll bring someone up if they want to get on microphone if we have some interesting thing to ask. So yeah, anything's game. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay. That's what I want to see. Now, it's interesting you mentioned that you decided to go to MVP Open instead of USDGC. And I don't want to claim
I don't know if I said
MVP
instead, but that's okay.
it doesn't matter. That's what I heard. So
Okay.
I don't want to claim that the MVP Open by OTB is the prettiest girl at the dance. But Disco Tech, the arcade game, he called me and he said, "Hey, Steve, we're thinking about going to USDGC and we're thinking about going to MVP, and where should we go?" And I mentioned the East Coast Metal Roofing Disc Golf Day at Polar Park and MVP Open by OTB kickoff party, and he said, "We need to go there." So you're not alone in your assessment as to which event to go to. I mean, I'm not throwing shade anywhere. The USDGC, they do fine.
Well, they're just going to reach out with a bigger offer now. Maybe we'll do both. We'll see.
There we go.
It's not,
There we go.
We're not exclusive,
negotiations aren't off the table yet. This is just how we
All right.
strong arm them.
That sounds fantastic. So, but anyway, I mean, I should be gracious and say it's nice to just even be in the conversation with the USDGC. How about I say that?
Yes, it is nice.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, Steve. We're really looking forward to all the festivities. This makes me think it's a modern version of the Flying Disc Festival.
I think that's a very good take.
Yeah, and for those who aren't super familiar, what he just described, it's actually just a much larger version of what you inspired a long time ago. So
Yeah, this is what if I had my dream, I would have the Disc Golf Pro Tour on my TV all year round, and then at the beginning of each event, there would be a massive kickoff party where we get to just go hang out with the players. We get to go throw discs and show how cool we are. We get to watch the pros compete in all the events that we just did as a showcase event from 6 to 8. And we get to get some really special stuff from amazing vendors and watch some of our favorite people at a press conference, our favorite podcasters, all in the same place for the low price of $10. So
that is honestly, I'll be there. My whole family's wanting to go out. We're a disc golf family. They're going to want to go out. Everybody should come out to this. Bring your kids. Bring your significant others, show them how fun it can be, and they can even relax. I bet you, hey, if someone happens to get bored by it because they're not a disc golfer, they can sit in the stands, probably enjoy a snack, and watch the fun. So,
and you'll be able to sit in the stands and watch people competing in AccuDistance on the diamond,
super
and
fun.
watch the Jumbotron, just sitting in sections like 9 to 12. Like we've got like 1,000 seats that are blocked off just for seating. And during the showcase events, I want to fill those seats and have 1,000 people going crazy while Simon Lazat, James Proctor, and 2 other people compete on the diamond. Yeah.
It's going to happen.
I need to give one last shout out to your very own Ben Kenny, because without Ben doing the expo, this truly never would have happened. But Ben showed me that this is possible, and I said, I want to give it a try. And I look forward to, Ben, in my mind, in my heart of hearts, Ben, you are a part of this event.
Thank you.
Now-
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be there.
And you are
I'll-
literally
I'll
a part of
enjoy
the
it.
event.
It might be impossible.
Oh,
but
that's right.
It might be impossible, but a hybrid version or double days where you could crisscross the event with Expo with all these activities, or just have the Expo and this all be in one. Come on, dream big. Both of you dream big.
Yeah, we'd have to talk. Some of your activities, maybe I'm moving the expo to a massive convention center, so some of those activities definitely might
steal
want to
'em.
implement
So,
at the expo.
You got a movie to get to.
my friends.
That'll
I
do,
do.
my
I
friends.
do.
Your videos, your movies just started. They're eating the popcorn without you, Steve. So
Ice cream.
Thank you guys very, very much. I look forward to watching a European on the lead card, not named Niklas. And I'll just let you know, in my opinion, a European will win the FPO side and an American will win the MPO side.
all right, that's his take,
All right.
everybody. We appreciate you coming on, Steve. And seriously, we are looking forward to this event. It's big time. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you
gonna
all.
be
Bye.
awesome.
All right, peace out. Steve
You know,
Dodge, everybody.
technically,
There's
a
a lot
European
going
and
on.
American have won the last 2 years in a row. So
All right. Yeah,
You know?
the European FPO player, not such a hot take, right? I mean, it
Yeah.
seems like maybe that there's 4 of them over there that are really in contention.
I have to give a shameless plug really quick because I want to shout out the company that I work for. East Coast Metal Roofing is sponsoring that whole
Wow.
event. If anyone in New England or in Florida, if you guys are in the market for a metal roof, message me, message the podcast.
I was
It'd
gonna
be awesome.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, wow,
I will be
the-
there. No, go ahead.
Tell your boss, wow, you got free advertisement on Staggered Stance, and he'll go, it's not free, bro. I had to pay Steve Dodge for that.
I told him, I said, look, I'm going to
And
be
he has
wearing
to
the hat
pay
almost every
Carl
single
now,
week.
too.
So yeah, exactly. Now he's going to pay me as well. So, you know, if anything, it's a win-win for me. I was either going to be there working the event or now, hopefully, what day is it during the week?
Wednesday.
Was it?
You better
It is
get that
Wednesday?
off.
Okay.
He'll let you.
Oh,
Your
no.
boss will let you know.
Yeah. I was
Make
going to say,
you
I'd
go.
either, yeah, even if I didn't have the day off, I'd be there working the event.
Sell
in general.
Polar
Like,
Park a
I'm
metal
assuming.
roof. How about that?
Yeah, I know, right? I
They
wish.
probably have a metal roof.
They don't have a roof.
Oh.
It's
We'll
not
build
not
you
really
a
a roof there.
You need a roof. If you're a good salesman, you can sell someone a roof even if they don't have one. So
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
shameless plug on that. I'm super stoked for it. And yeah, the day in and of itself sounds awesome. This is one of the things we've talked about this, I think just 2 weeks ago or even last week, on why I think that MVP Open's one of the best events, regardless. I think it comes down every single year, a close battle. It's always excitement over on the 18th green. The 8 holes are incredible. You know, I love everything about it, but this just adds to why I think it's one of the best in-person experiences you can have in disc golf. The MVP Open presented by OTB
There are
Disc. It's funny how Steve says that every single
so-
time, like
yeah.
flawlessly.
yeah, there are so many things to do. It just keeps getting more and more and more. Okay, we'll do this one more time. The Evan Kearns.
That'll do, my friends.
Okay, we're moving on to more Worlds Talk, and we're gonna keep doing Worlds Talk till the end of the show. We're going to jump right into Pop Drop Lock, however, to start us out. This is a big moment. A fan on the course asked who my picks would be, specifically my FPO lock.
Ooh.
They're interested. The people want to know who we're going with. We're going to start. Nick, you got your pick. Everyone got your pick submitted. Here we go. I'm going to pull
I
up.
did.
All right.
And
Nick,
I'm going to say something completely off topic first. I'm drinking water, everybody, but it kind of looks like a beer can, but it is a smart water in a can. So I just want to preface that I'm not drinking on the podcast.
sounded like you just
That's-
said bacon
that's
with
not
a
till
Jamaican
9
accent.
o'clock. Bacon. What did I say?
With a
that?
Jamaican accent. Try that, Nick. Say bacon, but with a
Bacon.
Jamaican
Bacon with a. I
Jamaican.
I don't
wait.
know.
I don't know how
Yeah.
to do
beer
that.
can. Beer can with a Jamaican
Beer
accent is
can.
bacon.
Beer can. Beer
Ba-
can. Better can.
I don't know what I'm
I don't know.
saying.
Anyways,
This
just so everybody
epi-
knows,
this-
I'm not drinking on the pod.
Yeah,
But this is sponsored by
sounds like
this
it.
is
You are
sponsored by
drinking
Hooligan
water.
Discs. I am drinking water, but this is Pop Drop Lock is brought to you by Hooligan Discs. Anyways, my picks popping off is Thomas Gilbert. Lately, he's actually
Ooh.
taken a little bit of a break from the tour, and right now he's averaging like I think in the 80s. But Thomas is a really, really good player, and if he's on, he I think could definitely get a top 40, top 30 finish. So I'm hoping for a lot of points from him. I don't want to butcher this guy's name, but I'm just not even going to pronounce the H. Jalte Jensen. Sorry, I can't really read it on my side.
Hjalte.
Jalte.
Jensen.
Hjalte.
Hjalte.
Yeah.
Jensen.
Yeah.
Jensen.
Anyways,
Hjalte.
just honest to goodness, just scrolled through, picked a name, and that's who came up. And my lock is Mr. Six Time going for 7, Paul Macbeth. And then
Lucky
on the
number
SPO
7.
side, popping off is Katie Tati. I think she's averaging 21 right now, and I think she's going to pop off for a top 10. Dropping is Rachel Turton. I think she's averaging 9th. Gonna hopefully get a couple points out of that. And then my lock is my recency biased favorite as of late is Silva Saarinen. Not Sylvia, Silva Saarinen. And yeah, she's been playing awesome. I'm super stoked to see her compete at Worlds this year, and I do very really think she's going to take it down. She's about to be a 2-time major winner. Her Instagram post is going to say 1-time world champion, and that's
Wow.
it.
Good picks. Here's mine.
How many do we have the same?
Nope. So I switched it from Thomas earlier today. So I was going Thomas.
Wow.
Go.
Oh,
That's so
All right.
funny, actually.
Timu
We have a draw.
Talkanen for my pop. He's played these courses well before, and I think he's averaging lower than his potential. That's all there is to pop. So there we go. Ryan Mon. This is on a hunch. His last social media post was that he did some type of fracturing thing in his hand. I don't know, not like didn't break it. I don't know, some overuse maybe. And the doctor had said he could play Worlds. This was earlier. This was a few weeks ago. I'm thinking the travel in his hand, he hasn't been doing as much with it. He's going to underperform on his average. That's just the reason for that. Lock, Gannon Burr. It's the time. It's his. He wants to be in contention. Will he do it? I hope he does for his sake, but also for my points. And it's my last time to pick him. This is it. The end. I can't pick him anymore. Sarah Hokum. I've been watching her all season saying, man, she always plays better than you would. I don't know if expect's the right word, but then you anticipate. And so I'm rolling that. She's going to play better than most people are thinking. She's averaging like something like 21 or something. So Rachel Turton to drop. Again, this one. No, not again. This one is a numbers only game because it's hard to pick. And I need someone a little high to play a little safe here. Rachel Turton to drop. And then lock. Here it is. Drummer roll. Brrr, Kristen Lott. Now, I want to be clear. I know this is it's an interesting pick because I don't necessarily have confidence that she's going to win, but her stats show that she either gets second or wins like 95% of the time. So she's the best lock pick here. I don't hate Nick's pick of Silva to win, if that's what he was saying. But I think Kristen, this is my last time picking her. There's too much... With Kristen, there's a little bit here that is going to affect it, right? Her physical abilities, her injury, and her mindset. If one of those can be figured out, I think we'll be okay. She might be becoming angry. I don't know if that's her MO, but the last event. So, and one more reason, 5 rounds. She goes into the festival leading and loses, but I don't feel like she would do that back to back. I feel like after 5 rounds, she can have one round where she's off a little bit and she could still win it all. So that's my pick for Kristen. All right, Ben, you're up.
all right. Finally, I don't have that.
Rachel Turton is
our
Rachel and Kristen same. Okay.
I know, but
All right.
normally you have 3 of the same. But Pop, I'm picking Yona. His average is terrible, and he's a great player. I don't even know how his average is that bad. Drop and doing itu tuamanin. I have no clue if that's the right accent, but
It's a good pick.
yeah, he got me a lot of points last time, and his average hasn't changed. So, see what happens. Let's go to lock Isaac Robinson 3 times in a row. It is a lot of pressure, but if anyone can do it, it's him. Pop Jenny Karpinen. I don't know why. Drop Rachel Turton and lock Kristen Lett. I believe.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to make a bet? Kristen versus the field?
Let's go $20.
Oh, I actually was not confident at all.
Ben goes, never mind. I don't want to take it.
Because I did that last year and I lost.
I know, and now we're
and
doubled
this year
up
it's
on
like
Henna.
even riskier. All right, you
Ben's
get
gotta
$20,
pay all
but
his
then
bets.
you pay me $40. That's how it is.
Henna might win this one. Dark horse, not dark horse, but first win like big.
That'd be awesome.
Nobody's picking
Speaking of
Evelina
which,
yet, huh?
before Josh gets into his side note on the game's development, I had this idea and we'll mull over it. If we did, like we called it wild horse before instead of dark horse, right? If we do a wild horse pick, but the requirement is they have to be like, there's a certain percentage. They have to be outside a certain percentage of the field. And if you pick them and they podium, like you get bonus points. You know, so you're picking an outlier. You're trying to pick a wild horse pick. So anyways, it's a little play on pop, but anyways, that a side note. All right, Josh, you're up.
All right, here's mine. So to pop, I've got Dennis Augustinson. Lots of S's in that name.
He's been playing good, right? Is that why? Is that Steve said he's thinking?
He picked the other, Davidson.
I'm not going to lie. The
that-
E2s, the Timus, the Augustins, the
Yeah.
Davids, it's hard for me, you know? I'll
Yeah,
get
we're
it.
not used to it. We're not used to it. But anyway, I still think he's going to pop off. So then to drop, oh, this is sad, but I'm saying Simon. I just like, look, I know he can play well on these courses, but also just like majors and just lots going on. I don't know. It's a gamble. And then to lock, I am also picking Paul Macbeth. Let's do it. I mean, these are courses he can play well. He's had a great year. He's playing well. We just, in maybe the five round event just gives him the edge I'm looking for, right? He can have 2 scorching hot rounds, 2 average rounds, and 1 like mediocre round. And in theory, he can come out ahead, right? So we'll see what happens. And then for FPO, to pop is Kaidi Alsalu, who we've seen her play well before. She played well on these courses last year. To drop, Kat Murch. I just told you she was runner-up, and I don't know. She finished 33rd last week at the European event. And it's just a hunch. She's posted on Instagram saying she's confident, but I guess you're, again, taking a gamble. And then my lock is also Kristen. So that's interesting. 3 of us picking Kristen, 1 Silva, nobody picking some of the other top players of the year. Like
The reigning world
nobody picked Evelina, nobody picked Holland. I mean, there's only 4 of us, but still.
Yeah.
There's got to be a lot of picks out there. I mean, Holland is
Those
an
won't be bad
exceptional-
picks.
No, I was going to say, Holland's an exceptional pick. Evelina, like, really? I mean, playing well. But anyway, we didn't pick her, so here we are.
Inside scoop for everybody, and you, not inside. Helpful hint. There's a lot of people playing this event. So your drops are where you have the most chance to get a lot of points. There's 88 FPO players, which is almost double a regular event. So if you pick the right drop, I hate to say it for that player, but you'll get a lot of points. And same for MPO, 200 players. If anybody's averaging even in the 20, 30, 40s, and they just have a horrible event, loads of points there. So thank you to Hooligan Disc for sponsoring this segment.
Yes, thank you. And so maybe we're segueing out of it, but I want to bring up, so I opened it a question for the moment, but who are we, let's out ourselves here. Who are we like overlooking? Who are we sleeping on?
Well, hold
Obviously,
on.
we only have selected picks.
I want to get to that,
Oh, I love this question.
Okay.
but let me show you something I just did.
Is this a PowerPoint? A Steve
Yes,
Dodge PowerPoint?
it's a Steve Dodge PowerPoint. So I remember I brought this up to Evan. I said, Evan, is this the longest or the most different players that have won in a row? Okay, so this is 2025, June 8th to July 20th. This streak is happening currently, and the World Championships are up next. So we had Ale Open, Niklas won. I'm not going to give all the names of the events here, but starting at the Ale Open, it went Niklas Antila, Gannon Burr, Ezra Aderhold, Adam Hammes, Benjamin Callaway, Calvin Heimberg, and now the World Championship. Who might win, right? Will we keep the streak going of new winners? Yes or no? What do you guys think?
Yes.
So we'll have so we'll be 7 in a row, you think, after this, of different winners. Now let me ask you this question. What do you think the longest streak is? Is it the 6 currently, or has there been a longer with different winners in a row at any point,
It's the
elite or major?
6 currently.
I feel like, I have no idea, but it feels like this has got to be one of the longest. There's been so much domination by players that it's rare to go
Okay.
a third of the season.
Fun fact. This 9 in a row,
Nice.
2023.
So not even that long ago.
Oh,
So it started with Paul at the PCS Open, Paul Macbeth, Corey Ellis at the European Open, Cole Redallen at Ledgestone, Gannon Bird at Idlewild, Simon Lizotte at Great Lakes Open, Isaac Robinson at Worlds, Matt Oram at MVP Open, Kyle Klein, USDGC, and Ricky Wysocki at the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship, if you count that, which it is. It's an Elite or Major. That's 9. In 2023, I think there was another cycle of like 7 or 8. So in that year alone, has to be up there, but 9. So will this season be the one that takes this and adds to the Worlds to get 7th, and then we'll continue on from there, maybe getting the 9. But one more graphic for you. Tonight's show is full of graphics. This is the current situation. The gold color there is wins. This is all podiums. Silver is second. Bronze is third. As it stands right now, it looks to me like, I don't know. I mean, because of that win for Holland, right? That tips the hat. But Kristen Lott has a lot more. And our audio listeners are curious. I mean, you can check this out, but Kristen has 3 wins, 6 silvers. Holland has 4 wins, 3 silvers, and 1 bronze. And then you can see Silva's really moving up into this with contention. And then Gannon Burr leading, Nicholas in second, Adam Hammis in third, Anthony Barella in fourth, and with 1 and all the way down. So this is anybody with a win. That's who's on this list. So there you go. Just putting it out because you said, who are we? I think you said, who are we overlooking?
Yeah, or I said, who are we sleeping on? So yeah, that's actually interesting, Matt. Thanks for sharing that. I think it's however you want to define it. So for example, none of us picked Gannon Burr to win. Wait, who did you pick, Ben, to win?
I picked Gannon.
Oh, you picked Gannon. So here I am saying. I was trying to remember. So anyway, so somebody picked Gannon Burr to win. My point being is like Ricky. Here's a different example. None of us picked Ricky to win, right?
He's a good lock.
I don't know. Right. But I don't know if I would say any of us are sleeping on him. Our game only lets us like have like one pick, right? So we have to like choose. But I think we all sit here and say, oh, Ricky's like, he's right up there, right? Solid chance to win the event. And so we can talk about those names, but I'm more curious, like kind of that second tier of like names. Like, it's just, are there any names that we say, look, we consistently overlook them? Like, is AB in that? What about Niklas over here in Europe? Matt, you just showed him. Where was he at? Second in your chart? Right,
AB?
Right? No, Niklas.
Niklas.
I was throwing out a
I
bunch
was
of
muted
names.
the whole time. I've been talking the whole time. I can't believe rookie mistake.
Niklas is second. He had 3
Right.
wins.
Right. So I'm saying like, so we're probably not sleeping on him, but none of us picked him and he wasn't in conversation. Like, should he be?
Yes, he should.
Okay. I
Well,
want to throw out
It's
one
just-
other name.
We're
And then
going
I'm going to let,
with the go-tos.
Yeah, we have to.
well, right. That's what I'm saying. Our game only lets us have one pick, but what if you go way down, which is funny to even say that. What about somebody like Eagle? Anything? Any reaction from any of you all? Eagle McMahon?
I don't know. It's hard.
I wouldn't pick him to win Worlds. I could very, very well see a top 10, but I wouldn't pick him to win Worlds. Not this year.
He played super well at this on these courses before.
A couple years ago, and I
Before-
think
Yeah,
when he
before
won
the
it, I think it was
injury.
all European Open, or excuse me, all
the beast. Yeah.
Nokia, the Beast. Right?
But he was healthy too. So
Very healthy.
If we go to FPO side, I feel like Saya Ananda would be sneaky pick. She has not been touring, but she has won a pro tour, and it would be epic to see someone come off tour
Yeah.
like that and come back.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Like,
Some
it'd be like, wow, why is she not on tour? And she'd tell us why. But
any chance for Cadence Burge?
yeah, absolutely.
Imagine winning a Worlds. I mean, like what's the difference between the words of shocked and surprised? Not much. I would say I wouldn't be shocked, but I'd certainly be surprised, which means to me, like, she's playing so well that it's like, there's a chance. Like five rounds and she locks it in. There's a real chance.
How
But
about
I'd be surprised.
Paige Pierce or Katrina Allen? I feel like
I know,
there's
I was looking at
definite
Paige
chance.
Pierce. Katrina Allen is
maybe for Paige.
yeah. Katrina, I mean, that I'd be shocked. That would be an incredible story. It would be like all time. I just don't see it happening. Paige Pierce could very well surprise us. Like, I could see that happening. She's still a really good player, just hasn't been performing consistently. What about the long distance champ?
Ella Hansen.
Yeah, she just won the long distance at Worlds, which we can mention those notes in a moment. But
she's in my top 5. I was talking with my buddies down in Virginia, and we were just talking about who's your winner, and then another, top 5 people in no specific order, and Ella Hansen is in that for me.
How about hot takes? Ben, you picked Isaac Robinson. What if I had a hot take that he doesn't get top 10?
Oh, that's like, yeah, but based on what? I mean,
that's odd.
Well, what was his interview?
Terrible.
Was his interview with
yes,
PDGA?
it's the same thing he said last year too.
Well, I'm just saying, okay,
PDGA.
well, you can say throw it away, but he's saying that he doesn't feel like it's going well.
I know, but I'm really serious when I say this. He said the same thing in his interviews last year. I think he's probably telling the truth this year, but really, I actually feel like he may be leaning into that narrative a bit.
Here's
That's
my
real
thing. He
take.
finished 4th last year at European Open. So it's not like he can't not do these courses.
Matt, I'm not dismissing, because you're right. He literally said those words, which means if those words are true and he doesn't figure it out, then he's going to underperform. So like, I'm just poking back at what you're saying, but like, I don't know. I think if you literally look at track record. So unless you think something else is happening.
Well, so I think Vegas
off.
odds on this would be wild if he won 3 in a row. So there's also
that's crazy.
To say
he's going to do it.
If he wins, like
it's
through the roof. So like, it's hard for my brain to wrap around the fact that like he would do it 3 in a row. But my take was outside top 10. I don't know that it will happen. I kind of am just feeling, based off his interview, which you have to take it obviously with a grain of salt, based off of how can he keep it up? Let me see here. I'm going to jump into his stats real quick. Why can't I find him? Oh,
he's pretty good.
So I'm just looking at how many events he has outside top 10. First and second event of the season, a 10th, and his third event of the season. Then 3 in a row better than 10, and then Cascade Challenge 10th. Then a 4th. And then a 10th, a 27th, and 11th. So almost 3 in a row. I guess the 10th is inside 10, but and then he went 3rd at the festival. So like, I know that's a major, and maybe that's what you guys are rolling your dice on. It's a major,
right.
But
yeah, his last 5 majors: 3rd, 1st, 5th, 1st, 4th.
So we're saying there's something different about how you play at a major. And obviously you could say, well, obviously look how he's performed, but you could also say that is coincidence or luck. If he does it again, it's starting to lean towards this guy just plays good at majors. Some might be yelling at me now. Of course he plays good at majors. Like, it's proved. But like that, I don't know. I'm not convinced. Like, it's not, maybe it's like, hey, just that's inside of him. He plays better when it's that event. And I would say this, it might be good enough for his career, but if he actually has that ability to focus in harder, he could probably win a lot more. Treat them all with that same level. Maybe you can't trick your brain out like that. Or maybe he says, I don't need to or want to if I can just focus on these. And I guess that's what Paul's been saying in his press conference. Like, these are the ones people remember. So maybe it's a good strategy.
Here's a crazy analogy. It's like, when you're playing video games, Matt, we used to play like Need for Speed, and you got like, nitrous or like turbo boost, and you push it down and the meter goes down, down, down. It's like these players only have so much like turbo boost on the season, which is the mental focus. And it's like, you got to use it where you can use it. And obviously I'm kind of being silly there, but it's like somebody like Isaac may be like, of course I could choose to try to win, the event at Des Moines, right? Like I could choose to try to do that, but I only have so much capacity and I'm narrowing in on the majors. Like, and again, I'm just making that up, but like, I think there may be something to that. There's very few players who literally torch every single event.
wrapping up this talk on Isaac, I will have you know that if you think he's going to win, you should have picked him as a pop pick because he's averaging outside the top 10 this year. So
Yeah.
just pointing out, like I know, like we're like
There's
it's
better
amazing.
poppers.
There's better poppers. Yeah, but if he gets a win, that's 10 plus your 25 or whatever it is. So that's a lot of points for one player. So, we'll see what happens. I could be totally wrong. Come back. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I'll say it was interesting enough to ask. We'll see what happens there. Paul Macbeth, you picked him to win. Or two of you picked him to win.
Yep.
Ben, do you feel like he's a bad pick?
I think here's why I think he's a great pick no matter what. He's Paul Macbeth, but here's why I think it's a bad pick, superstitious wise. There's always been a thing that when he released a disc, he wins at Worlds the number of letters in the disc name. So like when he won 6, he released the Athena, Athena. When he won 5, would he release the Malta? Or probably, I think it was the Malta. Malta. He recently just released the Melita. Malita. Only 6. Superstitious wise, it seems like he's still going to be 6th time.
Yeah, it's not too late to change the name of the disc, but
That's what I'm saying. He should have done Melitas.
or he can just win his 7th. He can just win his 7th and then change the name. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think it's a bad pick either. In fact, it did cross my mind because it would be fun to pick him and have him win. I think he's a fair lock pick with a little bit of risk involved. Like, he could be anywhere from 1st to 15th, which isn't horrible. You probably get your lock out of it, but there's a chance that he's outside the top 10, which, to be clear, we don't even need to be clear. Dude is averaging on this year, not horrible, 13th place, only 2 worse than Isaac Robinson. Like, it's the fact that he hasn't had a win in so long that the storyline keeps building in the narrative of like, will he get it? Can he? Is he a good pick? All of that stuff. I think it would be the biggest win. I can't speak for him. It'd be the biggest, most hyped win of disc golf history. Oh, no, I can't. James Conrad. The throw was bigger. I'm not sure if World's win was bigger for James or the throw.
I think it all depends on the fashion that he wins it, right? Like 2021 USDGC was insane because it was an awesome playoff. And you saw after Worlds that year, everything that happened at Worlds, losing in the playoff to, winning a playoff against Cockline at the USDGC. And then 2022 Worlds, winning in a playoff against Aaron Gossage on the infamous Hole 16 at Emporia Country Club. Champions Landing now. I think in the manner that he wins it would determine how, like, the big hype factor, right? Like, if Paul wins it in a playoff by 1 stroke, you're going to see an absolute ballistic, like, set of emotions out there. But if Paul wins it by 4 and gets the layup on the 18th hole, like, you're going to see emotions of just like, holy cow, heck yeah, everything like that, but, a little bit more intense. But obviously it would be way more intense with like a huge birdie or a 30-foot putt on the final hole at, I'm assuming they are finishing at the Beast, right?
Yes.
That's what I would assume. So,
yep.
Are they going Monster, Beast?
No, they're starting at the Beast.
So Beast, Monster, Beast, Monster, Beast.
Yeah. Hold on, I have it up.
They just released the card coverage,
which is sick,
at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Or wait,
no, that's EDT.
Yeah, 7:30 a.m. Sorry, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Nicholas Antela Lazat, Isaac Robinson, and Heimberg. And
wow, that's nuts.
Wait a second. So shortly out, 30 minutes after that, I'm assuming. So
what time does FBO start then?
Wait, this is all confusing me. What is 2:30 p.m. EEST? That's European.
I'm assuming that's European.
That's their time, yeah.
Right, but I'm trying to understand, is the next card Oh, it looks like it's going out the same. I don't know. It's the same times. Villman, Macbeth, Burr, Makala. So you got.
It's saying
fantastic.
that it starts like MPO coverage starts at 2:30, and then the feature card is the number 1. They are starting at 3. So like
8 a.m.
coverage
Eastern.
starts.
Yeah, feature card will tee off at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. Eastern. There we go. We
I
got
thought it just said 7:30.
Well, that's when the DGN broadcast starts, but
and the chase card.
and
starts.
then I have
Sick. I'm
FPO here
stoked.
too.
Yeah, FPO.
Salonen,
early.
2
Burge,
a.m.
Turton, my drop pick Turton,
Oh, nice.
Saarinen, 2 a.m. Nick,
Yes.
2 a.m. And then Sophia Donachie. People are messaging me privately. Kristen Lott, Holland Handley, and Missy Gannon. There you go. I think those are all I can't say all of them. Those are some of the players you're definitely going to be watching out for. So that should be fun for future round. I have a hard time getting involved with like first rounds at any event. I like watching like generally, like, check in, see how things are going, watch a few holes, step out. Like it's hard for me just to be invested because these feature cards are just like, who knows what's going to happen. But
Yeah, and just to confirm, it's Beast, Monster, Beast.
Oh, very
So
cool.
that's how we will see it go down.
Nice.
Yeah.
The hole 16 is playing as a island where you have to throw from last place in bounds, not drop zone.
Sick.
Isn't that what we all wanted? I don't
Awesome.
say all, but that's what we're talking about.
I'm stoked about it. That's gonna make or break someone's world championship this year. Like I think that's 100% gonna happen.
They'll look back and see that hole.
Great. Yeah. Yep.
Can you believe other random things? And so reel me back in. But Greg's Barsby has 19 Pro Worlds along with Matty O.
Dang.
There's a lot of events.
Yeah.
All right, other random things. Did you see the long drive competition?
Yes.
You see someone beat AB?
647 feet.
AB got beat.
Yeah, AB was second place. AB won it the prior year, right? So trying to come back and but 647 feet by Rasmus Sakuripi, which is pretty crazy.
Nasty.
That's
Did you guys see the
long throw? And then
Did
Al
you guys-
Hansen first.
on the F? Yeah.
By the way, Paige Pierce threw 429 feet.
Oh, sick.
Still a long thrower.
Did you guys see the weather for this week? Kyle Klein posted it on his
the
Instagram
rain,
story,
rain.
and it's just rain the next like 6 or 7 days straight or something like that. It's just
I
showcasing
saw like
rain
torrential
in top of that.
storm like crazy on Hamas's like Instagram.
On
It was
Instagram
just
stories.
like,
Yeah,
oh
it's
boy.
gonna be a
Is it really
very
All right,
rainy
yeah.
Worlds. It looks like.
Oh, they got a day to figure that out.
Yeah.
Hopefully so.
Yeah.
Hey, mixed doubles played. I don't think we talk much about that, but congrats to the players who had fun doing that. It still is a fun event at the World Championships every year. Yeah, you've got Ben Calloway and Chandler Ray winning the Mixed Pro Open, getting $210.
Sick.
But good for them. That's fun. There's a putting contest. I think that's tomorrow though. So again, some players won't even register to play for these, but other players will have a lot of fun and take it serious. So it's cool for them.
Speaking of
do that.
cash payouts, proud dad, shout out to my son Tanner for beating me at a tournament. Different division, but this may
I gotta look that
statistically, this may be the first event that he's actually played the same tee pads and beat me. And Hunter beat me, so Tanner and Hunter. But going into this event, Tanner goes, Dad, I'm going to get an ace today. And I'm like, all right, cool. We show up, we sign in, tournaments as they do. You want to get in the ace pot? And I never do. I've saved so much money that way. I've won more money saving it than playing it. Like $1,000 plus. But Hunter doesn't want in on that. He's like, no, I'm not playing that game. And I look at Tanner. I'm like, you did say you're going to get an ace. I can't not. So I buy him in $5. The round's over. Nobody hit the ace. They're like, we're going to the ace throw off CTP from like 200 feet.
Wow.
20 people, all divisions, MPO, everybody. Tanner goes third in line, hits the pin, like on the bottom and sits there a foot out from the pole. Everybody else goes. Nobody can beat it. Tanner walks away with $115 cash.
Wow.
When you're 11 years old, you're like, that's $1,000. Like,
That's $1 million.
So they're all like, what are you going to do? You give your dad some of that money? He's like, I'll pay him back his $5. And everyone's like, oh, so he gave me $5. Thanks, Dad.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a little bit.
So
of interest,
congrats
but
to him.
That's epic.
All right.
Hey,
continue
I don't know if
on.
you're bringing up another topic. Have we heard anything about testing?
No, because
Anyone?
I don't
No.
think it's going to happen until like day of or day before. It'd be my guess, but maybe not.
Right, which we're getting really
What do we
close
think,
to. I was
Tuesday,
just curious,
tomorrow?
even if there was just anything from any of the players on the ground, any of our contacts, just nothing, right? It's just like
Yeah.
same old. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I
mean,
know
at the
people
end
are
of the-
asking. It crossed my mind, and I was like, well, we don't have enough to figure it out right now.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like I've heard
Text
people
Doug.
being yeah,
But it's
Yeah,
middle of the
there's-
morning.
yeah. There's probably not a whole lot. I mean, communication on PDGA's website is pretty thorough. Right? Even reminder to everybody, a positive test like doesn't even remove you from the event. So like we won't be able to see that. You won't be able to look at it and see like if a name drops off or anything. Like they get to play in the event and then it's afterwards there's potential suspensions depending what, if you're on anabolic steroids versus THC, totally different things. And the PDGA is treating every single penalty automatically as under appeal. In other words, the PDGA is just auto appealing on your behalf and then you have to follow the process. But so I still don't expect we'll hear much from it. I think it'll be a big story if we do, but it just doesn't seem like everything I'm seeing is like, there's probably not an issue, and maybe there will be. And if there is, it's probably good for our sport to have to work through it anyway. So anyway, just thought I'd ask in case any of you had heard anything. I had not, but I guess
Nope.
that's what we get.
It looks fun to see, and this is if you're following social media. Paul, AB, handful of other players got to throw discs from, I guess, what you would call home plate of. What is it? Finnish baseball? Do you guys see that?
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, I've seen it. I don't know what it is.
Wait, it's called Finnish baseball.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Literally, that's what people have been saying.
I
on
believe it.
social
I'm only
media.
laughing because it's just simple.
Or we have it wrong. But AB got to do like the first pitch, if you will. So that was exciting. But they also
did not
got to
see it.
throw discs from, I guess, what you would call home plate. I got to look it up, see if I can find it for you guys. But if you can't, just go watch over at AB. Actually, I think Joey Tamale's social media has it. If you look right now, it might be archived
Expired.
by the time you see this.
I want to see one of them have to like throw a disc from the pitcher's mound to a catcher, like at home plate. Here, catch this.
So this is another weird thought by Matt Graham. But for years, I'm talking like way back when I started disc golf, how do I mix and make other sports with discs? And I thought to myself, is there a way to do some variation of pitching? So like think of guts, right? So if you catch it, you have the ability to throw it like baseball. So imagine a baseball setup, but you're throwing different discs. And so they throw it just like guts. You try to catch it just like guts. If it tips off, it's a strike or whatever, or a foul or whatever. But if you throw it, you get to run. Like it's like baseball. It'd be really, I think it could work. Anyways, random. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me, but hopefully put a smile on your
I
face
like
to
that.
think about. Okay, Ben, we'll try it.
I like it.
Good. I
Where you
saw
have
you
to, if you
processing
catch
it.
the disc,
You get to throw
you
it.
like a
have
hit.
2
It's like getting a
seconds to
hit.
throw it.
Yeah. Like
You
kind of
catch it.
like ultimate a little bit. Like you get to throw it. You get a
No, but like I like that you can throw it wherever and try
Yeah.
and get on base.
yeah, exactly. You can throw a home run somehow.
But it has to be like a time constraint. Like you catch it, like even if you're on the ground, you have to get it out of your hands within 2 seconds and then run.
Or like, okay, yeah, how about this? To make it more like involved, the pitcher, if they tag you before you throw it. So like they pitch it and they're running at you full blast. Like, pitch, they're running, and you
Ooh.
just as long as you get it off. I don't know. Ben,
Yeah, we have to
there's
think about it.
content to be made here. When the boys come to town, we should try at least like one inning. Like just to see what it's like. We might laugh our heads off.
I want to
but-
try guts. It looks so fun. Shout out Donnie of MVP. He's
Yeah.
like the guts at world
William
champion.
Walden helped us out some tech stuff back in the day when we were streaming. I think he's like the president. Remember we interviewed him? The
Yeah,
president
you had a
of
whole
Guts?
interview of a guts guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the story he
yeah.
told? How emotional it was.
Yeah.
Remember, Josh? I think you commented like his writing.
Yeah,
was
I was like in an airport. I still remember. I was like gonna like cry or be inspired. Like
he
one
was
or the
telling
other.
us how cool Guts was.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that was a whole
All right.
side note. That's how my brain works.
Nothing
all
like
day.
good like worlds competition talking about new Guts baseball, Finnish
Yeah.
baseball, and all.
Oh, I have
that.
other
But-
games that use discs
Hey,
as well. I've thought of them all.
Well, Matt, we've talked about doing some other kind of random like championship tournament weekend of a mix of disc sports. So maybe one day it'll happen. So are you all seeing all the other media and pictures and everything from the venue? Like, you think? I mean, UC's pulling out all the stops. We mentioned that right at the beginning of the show, but it looks pretty awesome. Are you hearing
Yeah.
from any of the players? Like, so many players last or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, in Estonia, talked about how the event was one of the most prestigious type events, not necessarily the course, etc., but they just felt like they were treated like professionals. Is this weekend going to one up that?
I don't think it's going to be as much of a spectacle on like massive LED screen of players coming out and, you know, this massive display, right, of players walking out to hole one. But I think pros are very much looking forward to the two courses that they're playing. I think they're pretty stoked about it. I hear nothing but good things about the Monster. The Beast is just iconic for what it is. I think it's a very enjoyable course to watch on coverage. I don't know how enjoyable it is to play. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like a super park course, but the pros seem to love it. And then the Monster looks incredible. A lot of pros that I've seen have said it's, you know, one of the best courses around. So to play a world championship on one of the best courses that players have played, I think just adds a level of excitement for spectators and the professional athletes going out and playing.
I can't get over how great these courses look. There's something about the appearance that looks so clean and professional to me.
Yeah.
I've been on talk podcasts for years saying, or not saying this for years, but over the years of saying things like, when will we get away from courses like the Beast, which are multi-purpose shared? Oh, there's the baseball field you're playing up against that fence, or there's the road where you could skip in, or like those types of things, or throw around this pad mount transformer that's in the park, you know, it's out of bounds, or like,
Yeah.
but they do a really good job at like cleaning it up to look not multi-purpose. And between that and the Monster just looks awesome. Like,
Yeah.
they just the appearance even. Oh man, it's gonna film so well. It's gonna it's gonna view so well. I'm super excited.
I'm excited to see the attendance of spectators. That's always been something we talk every single year about at the European Open, is how electric that place is for the live spectators. I'm excited to see that. That's one of the best things seeing on coverage is just the amount of people. It's pretty friggin' awesome. It's what I think every single tournament aspires to have, is that kind of attendance to it. And, you know, there are just certain people in the sport, certain collective organizations that are just putting so much into it. Obviously, we just saw it at the European Disc Golf Festival. We're seeing it at Worlds this year. They are putting so much time, effort, money is the biggest thing. Don't get me wrong. Like, being able to put as much money as they are into these things is, you know, insane. You know, the European Disc Golf Festival, we saw how trashed the grounds looked.
Yeah, they
A couple days prior, and they just sodded the whole thing. Like, I'm thinking in my head, oh yeah, just get a ton of mulch and that'd be awesome. And like, I love the look of mulch. I love the smell of mulch. And so, like, to me, I think mulch is a phenomenal like replacement. It's a Band-Aid, right?
They're like, no,
They literally
we're going
went
grass.
above and beyond, and they're like, we're gonna get the best thing and we're gonna replant sod grass right there. And I was just like, dang, that is dedication.
Yeah. Well, this is a step away from that, but UC, I say UC, obviously it's a team, but they sold these, you remember this, right? The VIP tickets?
Yeah.
7-day world's luxury experience. And at first it was legitimate tickets, but I think he's been interviewed saying he wasn't quite sure if anybody would do it or not. Like, it was a real thing, but you know, it was kind of like, it's a stretch. And then they had multiple people purchase them. And like in US, they're 15,000 euros. In US dollars right now, it's like over $17,000 for a ticket. And then
Sheesh.
multiple people buy it. I think, you know, I doubt that would happen every year, but I think my point is it's unique. It's in Europe. It's been a long time coming. Everybody's expecting it to be premier. So, and then down the line, by the way, you still have other tickets that are like, $1,500, $2,500, $150, $300. Like, so there's a lot coming in from a lot of these sources, which also underpin all that, Nick, right?
Can I, if I were to do for the expo a VIP for like $1,000, can one of the perks, Matt, be stay at Matt Graham's house for a day?
Like during the day or overnight?
Overnight.
I'll
Trying to think
make
of perks.
I'll make a special sleeping arrangement, and they'll just not know what it is till they show
It's
up.
just
It'll be an
on the
experience.
Just say on the property.
On the property.
Bet. Guys, you heard it. $1,000 expo ticket coming soon. And you get to sleep at Matt's.
Yeah, we got
And
a
that's
spot
the
for
only
you.
that's the only perk.
But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's gonna be incredible. I mean, I didn't buy one of those tickets, and I'm not gonna be out there. But it would have been it crossed my mind to travel out to this event, but too many reasons not to this year. But should be awesome. I don't know. I don't even know what else I'm thinking. I don't know what other topics you have. I'm just excited for it to kick off. It's gonna be weird because we're gonna wake up Wednesday morning Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
And unless you get up really early on Eastern Standard Time, FPO will be done. And MPO, much of the field will already be multiple holes in.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh no. I'm not even gonna be able to watch Worlds.
Yeah, weren't
I
we
didn't
just
even
talking
think
about this
about-
20 minutes ago?
It didn't compute. It's not clocking.
No, you
it's
just-
not clocking.
you just
No,
have to
literally, Ben.
wake up early, Ben.
2 a.m. for FPO, 8 a.m. for MPO.
Yeah, so I'm not watching FPO, that's for sure. MPO, I'll catch.
You could
in
go
the
back
morning,
and
I
watch
guess.
FPO, just like it's all live.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
jump back and
Post produce.
catch
I
it.
mean, like, I've never gone back and watched live. I've always watched live, and if I miss live, I'll go post.
Yeah, but you can see DGN live and you can scrub it before post produce is available.
I don't know. I like post produce though. It's just me.
Yeah.
It's easier. It's way compact. I like it. I just like.
I think what will happen is I will wake up. Oh, I'm going to try to watch both somehow because then the MPO is playing more or less like the start of my day. But if I get started with my day before MPO, I will definitely scrub through and watch FPO. So I'm going to catch it all. It'll be exciting. Josh and I will actually be away camping.
Kind of terrible timing, but
Well, it's not
Well,
like we
we're-
chose it.
no,
Around it.
and honestly, I'm psyched about family camping, and we're gonna be able to see most of, or I'll actually be able to see all of Worlds.
I'll be able to see all of Worlds and react and chat, but we won't be on the live show. So Ben, when Gannon wins, you got to line up an interview, whether it's pre-recorded or live in the middle of the night.
yeah. We'll have to pre-record.
When he wins. So, we've talked about a lot tonight. I mean, we threw in the Steve Dodge special, and he said he forgot to add one more thing, believe it or not.
Got a
OTB
PowerPoint slide?
skins will be there. I don't know how they're
at
doing
Polar
it.
Park.
Yeah, but OTB
All right.
skins, the skins everyone loves.
Obviously, Steve shared a lot both on his projection for Worlds and the data analysis. Steve is heavy data guy, which speaks to my heart. I love data and visualization. But we'll see how that plays out. And then, yeah, I'm psyched to be at Polar Park in September. So anybody who's
Heck
local or within traveling distance, come out. It'll be a lot of fun.
And buy a roof from me.
Buy a room. I just forgot. All right, cool. That's all we got for tonight. And
I think so. I mean, it's funny. It's like it's not an off week, but there was no event last weekend, so it is an off week. But just so we can catch our breath before we hit the World Sprint.
Ben, it's almost hot sauce season again. I'm gonna start whipping up some more batches, so I'll get you.
Matt, I have your hot sauce in the fridge right now. I can I make a special request?
Okay.
I like tomatillo hot sauce, and I like mild stuff. I don't like the hot stuff.
Is it
I
too
like,
hot?
I don't use it as much yet because it's the ghost one. I mean,
Okay. I'll make you some batches.
I like medium heat is fine, but when I like flavor, but when it's too hot, there's like no point.
Well, I won't put it in.
It tastes good for a second.
But this year I actually have Carolina Reapers. Right now I've got Pepper Pods,
Yeah.
the hottest out. No, almost
I'm more
the
of like a
hottest.
jalapeno.
Okay.
hot
I got some of
sauce,
those
or
too.
like just mild.
Everybody, thank you so much
right.
for tuning in to episode 246 of Staggered Stance, the pre-World Show. We are stoked. The biggest disc golf event of the year is happening this week. We are beyond stoked about it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube channel. Get in your Pop Drop Lock picks, sponsored by Hooligan Discs. Get those in before Worlds. Compete against your friends in the leagues that we have set up on there. And shout out to Titan Discs as well. Tell someone you love them this week. We'll catch you guys all in the post-World Show next week.
Ben, you don't like the one chip challenge heat? I mean, that was too much.
No, like I just like flavor, hot sauce flavor. I like the heat, but too much where it's singeing my tongue. It's not fun.
All right. That'll
Peace.
do, my friend. This is epically the biggest disc golf week of the year. Then we're going to try to hype up USDGC. We're going to do it. It's all, they had their own excitement. But people get hyped. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Until next time, everyone will catch you out there. Peace out, everybody.
Real.